Think of the last small town you drove through. What did it look like? What did it feel like? The one intersection with rundown shops that once held bustling commerce. Maybe the only shop is now a globalist Dollar Tree or fast food restaurant. Take a walk down this little town of America. In a little town, there was once a factory, one industrial center which could be relied upon to employ the whole town. A cannery, a mill, you name it, we had it. Generations of men and women were employed. With their employment came invention, discovery. A new way to improve the assembly line, this gear, this motor. But then, war. Millions of men believed in fighting a war abroad. A war between brothers. Sweethearts died, fathers, brothers died. Women became widows, fatherless, lost. Women left the town, searching for employment or activity in a big city. The big city destroyed them. Some moved back, some don't. Despite this, the small town kept humming. Still, there was domestic demand for American-made parts. Foreigners liked American-made too. It was reliable, consistent. Then an economic crash. The removal of gold from the American dollar standard. Globalist politicians started stepping in more and more. An income tax is introduced. Then borders are opened to European refugees. College professorship booms with runaway communists and Bolsheviks. Jobs tighten, property is snapped up, but still, the small town, with its resilience, keeps its factories, its mill, its women and children. Another war. This time the propaganda is more urgent than the last, and men rush to the fronts, while women rush to the cities to fill their jobs. Children start turning to other methods of parenting, the television, the media. Politicians become even distant from their constituents, with lobbies growing in strength and power, keeping journalists in their pockets. Corruption is no longer blasted, dragged. A selfish councilman raises outsourcing. Soon the politicians say outsourcing is okay. Reagan opens the gates to China and closes the insane asylums. FDR builds the federal juggernaut with its endless budgets. Presidents increasingly turn abroad, not inward. With dead and gone men, women away from home, there's no pushback. The factory will be sold and sent abroad. But don't worry, the gears will be made in Bangalore, or Shanghai, or Lahore. The market won't truly suffer. But don't worry, the politicians say, the banks, the lobbyists say, the journalists say, you can still manage the factory from here, and the market won't suffer at all. The market, dust sweeps over the small town. People move, houses are sold. Who can afford to buy houses? The government, lobbyists, hedge funds. These new economic corners crop up when before life was simpler. Heroin moves into town, or crack cocaine, or fentanyl, preying upon the weak and spineless, meeting no resistance from politicians, religion, culture. The small town leans, waiting for its king.